Welcome, welcome to the lovely IHP community and the 5D Collective. We have some short channeled guidance food for thought messages for those who are on the ascension path. There might be an extended in a little while, we'll find out. But in the meantime, when you're an empowered feminine, you have that authentic voice because you are a functional inner child adult. So you know that Anima Mundi, the shared consciousness sphere, has that which is truth in the neutrality and duality. So like Sam Harris points out, all of our cherishable beliefs are falsifiable, and that's because we know sciences and spirituality come together. And sciences disproves demons in the bodies of any of those people out there. However, what we have are at the very bare minimum those two groups of 5D, and those are self-agents who understand and communicate as higher self. They don't need Patrick Tiahan. In fact, they know this very thing that he shared recently. When we establish a consistent bond with our inner child, we no longer seek a missing parent in others. And that's where those who have no wounds know about this. That's why we do understand that for us to use our authentic voice is easy peasy and welcomed, and for others not so much. But we also understand and communicate as that which is functional child adults don't argue with adaptive child part people. So we'll excel in being able to understand if we have in front of us a true lover or a siren. But they're not a siren that takes away from us, because securely attached, non-traumatized people self-regulate in their ventral vagal state, which is our 5D collective, without another. So thanks to mindset skills, with mindfulness practices and the inner growth mindset, you be yourself, the lover, even if you're near someone who has an insecure attachment that needs a therapist, attachment wounds that needs a therapist. It's not a demon. Let's not offend our brothers and sisters. So not everyone believes in the trauma educators. This is the number one thing that we know, okay? And when you meet those who are buffoons, they have shamans of their own, and they have people that lead with them together, adaptive child part people. You'll see them. They're buffoons to us, but to them, we're buffoons. They're unseen, unsoothed, unheard, unsafe, and their insecurities look for bonding. They have not left that cave from Plato, Socrates, anyone. And so I remember that the person thinks they're outside, they see things, but you find out they're only in the cave. Okay, so their temple is not one of truth with data. It is one of Wendy's stories. Thank you, Peter Pan, Wendy, and Lost Boys. And adaptive child part people are rigid, unforgiving, they're harsh. They don't believe in data. They believe in their group leader because they're still looking for that parental figure, and they've found it. And they will talk to you, in fact, about devils and demons and the underworld. And so you'll notice when you meet those who are consistently using what ends up being the dark sides of neuroplasticity because of their suffering imagination. Shame, blame, fault, revenge doesn't have anybody lead themselves to compassion or self-agency. And in fact, their subconscious leads the way to seek that which is a community that supports them in whatever it is their story is. So they're not looking for the riddle or the vow or the medallion in a way of that which is, I need to look this one up, which is Kairos. Let's see if we have a second for that to see what words are given. And synchronicity. We have all had the experience of timelessness, of life beyond the ticking of the clock. And it may be felt as time standing still, slow motion, or losing track of time on a walk or in a lovely conversation. Yes, okay. The world, okay. Everything has a time of ripeness. And when it becomes a nourishing fruit, sweet to the lips. And so alignment, ease, and decision and action, when that is in light. And instead, in darkness, it will fight against time. So when you are aligned with the truth of shared consciousness, Anima Mundi, accept all, reject none, and you know that science proves there's no bad luck, there's none of these things. So synchronicity for 5D Mystic in the Enlightenment Soul age group, which again we might have an extended at some point, is not going to be with energy vampires, dark auras, or any of that. It will be a riddle and a vow and objects, medallions that have the truth of that which is a body, mind, brain, self, heart of a functional child adult who knows that sciences proves that we can be anchored in stress, meaning ventral energy. I use Maria's words. So when you are able to be meditating without meditating. And Sadhguru, I love the man, I do, as he shares, a seed that does not sprout is as good as a pebble. For the divine seed that you are to flourish, you have to open up. And that's through ventral vagal portfolio toning exercises, yoga, thank you. Meditation, mindfulness, helps integration of the brain, thank you again. However, above all, you have the capacity to have a window of welcome to sensations, images, behaviors, affects, and meanings before any of that stuff. Because otherwise, you're going to spread rumors about yoga bringing demons out of you. And you are going to be the same siren that there are many out there who are thinking, no pain, no gain. I don't think so, morons. What was it, Rick Hansen, PhD? Most pain has no gain. In other words, it wears down the immune system, disrupts the gastrointestinal system, impacts the nervous system, and leads to depression. So securely attached, non-traumatized people, we're mystics, we're spiritual, we're mindful, we're living and loving, and we're grounded in reality, and know that all of anything that we can believe in could be falsifiable. That won't make us not believers for those of us who do believe and are mystics. That's why I'm the woo pseudoscience lady. But it also won't make us say, oh, no, the demons and devils still have to exist. So we don't have a superhero, supervillain story. We have a no story. And actually, if I have one more second of your time, when I read about the word prophecy, I've read that one to you before, where it's to encourage, strengthen. It's not to make people afraid. When I hear people continuing to make people afraid, it makes me sad, because they are not what I got in catechism. I got what prophets are, which also fall in line with gurus, but here's where it's in a different way if I contemplate their origin and all that. But prophecy, so one's spiritual gifts are the same as Claire's, just so you know, and neuroscientists look into it. This doesn't discount any of those which are whatever your way of the ways to God. I'm a co-author with other amazing 8 spiritual authors. We respect each other's different paths and ways of talking about this. That's the point. Nobody's like, no, you can't say it that way. Anima mundi, shared consciousness. There's no controversy. We have different ways that we talk about it. That's it. Functional child adults have fun. Spirit, science, it all comes together. Prophecy, speak forth the mind and heart of God. To encourage, comfort, challenge, or strengthen outside of time, so can predict events future with visions or dreams. Divine revelations prophetically reveals hidden things. Miracles, supernatural, but science can explain miracles too. Doesn't mean it discounts or discredits anything. Again, that's the part of where integrated brains can use right. All of that unknown comes up. It's okay. They can touch. The left doesn't like when they touch, and they think that it cancels. Nothing cancels anything out. The left and right when they work together. And that's why the word of wisdom, yes, diffuse conflict and provide clarity. So when you have integrated brain, and that's a functional child adult person, they're going to know how to be emotionally resilient, emotionally aware, and that's also mentally. And so we allow ourselves to know that when we meet a siren, they're not going to affect us, because securely attached, non-traumatized people self-regulate. And that's in their own ventral vagal state. And then they know how to differentiate. And so if I'm near an adaptive child part person, they will give it away immediately. Excuse me, you're confusing science and spirituality. No, I bring them together. I bring human, spiritual, and spirituality together. I'm a Reiki master, Akashic record reader. I'm a tarot card reader. I'm with God, Jesus, Holy Spirit. No, because I'm a mystic too. Okay, wait, excuse me. Let me try again. So I support people with personal development, spiritual growth. I do a lot of podcasts, and then I have mentorees, and I have courses. And I bring together human sciences, social sciences, humanities, physics, metaphysics, all those subject matters, spiritual, my spiritual journey, of course, because I'm not going to be able to share others, and spirituality, which I get from Sadhguru. My upbringing is, Christian Catholic, and there you go. No. And I get to see Buddha and quantum physics on the arm. And now I'm like, okay, I'm curious. What is your idea? Because I bet you we're going in the same direction. And so we conclude a conversation. That is an adaptive child part. It's not a losing strategy for functional or child adult, because I just had a good time and I'm not offended because I'm not stupid. Any of my cherishable beliefs could be falsifiable. Again, I'm not ignorant. Grounded in reality. That's what it is. It doesn't disprove God. It doesn't disprove something that I will or could have seen. Also, when people talk about this stuff, I'm like, why aren't you seeing better things for the future since you're a manifester? Don't you think that's actually very important? Just wondering. I mean, your thoughts are actively, you're manifesting what? So let's manifest that which is something better for the future. We'll be back with more. In the meantime, thanks for stopping by. Like, share, and subscribe. It'll help the channel grow, and have a great day.